Miles used to say, just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done.
That's really good.
No, you know, because it's like, it's dope to be creative and original, but you know, some things are whack, bro. Like, some things just like objectively look bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
The thing that I just immediately thought about is, do you remember Darkseid from Freak Show? This dude is a wild man. He was battling somebody. I don't know. They dicked him or something, you know. And he was like, "Oh, I'll show you." And he just whipped his dick out and actually caught them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, "Hey,
I've never heard that before."
But that was some wild shit. And that's Milestone's quote just reminded me of that because. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the #1 podcast disaster. I am Kurt the Hurt, king of the recycling bin. This is Noise of the Broke Boys podcast, the #1 podcast in the universe, in my mind at least. Today I have a special guest, Bboy Dibs, Renegades Crew, Regulators Crew, Mr. Danny Dibble. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Man, I've always liked your name because you sounded like you should be a character in Harry Potter or something.
Well, you know, I'm actually named after. My grandfather was a cartoonist.
Oh, really?
And he had a cartoon called Danny Dingle.
Danny Dingle?
So I'm actually named after that.
Was that a popular? I feel like I've heard of that.
No, it wasn't popular. I mean, it was like Silver Age, so like
okay,
50s. And it was like a Sunday morning cartoon, or like Sunday morning in the newspaper.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like a funny.
So you're named after that.
Yeah.
Was that like a good character to be named after, or no?
I don't know. He's kind of like a dude who got into trouble and just kind of just kind of 50s cartoon.
Yeah, okay. Because I was.
What do we do today, Daisy?
See, that's pretty dope. You're into cartooning at all or no?
Not drawing, but I love reading comic books. I read all the time. All different sorts and like from Marvel, DC to even more like independent ones and different types. And,
yeah, no, I think like comic books, graphic novels. That is some of the most underrated like mediums of like storytelling. I think. Yeah, it's so good. At least I mean, there's a lot of good examples of really good ones, and I feel like stuff like The Watchmen and stuff. It's like, man, these are so good, and like you can't even. It doesn't even compare to the movies and stuff that they'll make of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, they can do totally different stuff with comics than movies. Like this, like the pacing, the artwork, and I just read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. That one was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that guy has some crazy stuff.
Yeah,
he's a legend in that world.
He's a wizard, man. He's a straight wizard. Like his beard's down here. Dude, he's just Alan Moore's a wizard, bro.
Dude, he's from Hogwarts.
Alan Moore and Neil Gaiman.
Gryffindor.
You're a wizard.
With a name like Danny Dibble, I always think like, dude, you wake up in the morning, put your hat on, and it goes Gryffindor.
Man.
Dobby pops out of the corner like, Master Dibble.
You're a wizard,
Dobby is a real elf. He's a free elf.
Oh my god.
All right, dude. Enough fucking around.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks for coming on, man. I'm glad you're here, dude, because I've wanted to have you on here for a while. Because I've known you for a long time. You've been a dancer in the scene for quite a while. I mean, shoot, how long have you been breaking?
I started in 2005.
2005. Okay. Yeah. So that's I mean, shoot.
16 years now.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
So then. I've seen you kind of grow. Like I could see how much hard work you put into like your craft, and it's very apparent to me. And so I kind of wanted to start this conversation off with like the importance of that to you, because it's very apparent to me. And I don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, I mean, the importance of hard work I've always kind of had in my head, because when I started, I was very like unathletic. Mm-hmm. I was not like I started from playing baseball, and I was the worst. Like I was like probably the worst in the league. Like I got like one hit. I got like one hit in 3 years.
You were the kid in Sandlot when he goes to the thing and then he gets hit in the face. Or
exactly. I was that kid. Glasses, all of it. Like I was really unathletic, so like getting the breaking, I had this kind of false idea that, you know, I wasn't, that people around me were way more talented than me. You know, and maybe physically, you know, they were ahead, but that caused me to be like, okay, they're more talented. I have to work harder. You know, so that kind of like came in early on. Later on, and we can go deeper into this later, but like that kind of idea of people who are talented in some way having an advantage kind of faded away, because when, you know, sometimes people who have talent take it for granted. Yeah. And they have to work hard on top of that, you know, in order to progress. You know, everybody has a different starting point, but you got to run the race while the race is going, you know?
Yeah. I always look at talent as like, it's kind of just a head start, but you're not really anywhere yet. Yeah. It's like having $100 in your pocket compared to someone who has zero. Yeah. You know, you can go and buy something, but you might buy something stupid. You might go buy drugs or something, and then now you're zero too, you know? Yeah. So it's like, you know, if you're not honing your talent into actual skill, I don't think you're really going anywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a really great book that talks about this that I would super recommend. It's called Grit by Angela Duckworth. Okay. And it talks about how like the people who succeed in life are the ones essentially who don't give up, you know? But then going further into that, like that kind of thing of when, you know, when people work hard, people with talent like have to work harder and keep going, but they like statistically tend to not, because they already have that, you know? So it's the people who start off a little bit back that tend to be in it for more longevity, if that makes sense.
No, I mean, that makes sense. I feel like when you have like struggles, you know, going into this thing, and you have to really focus on how to get through those, you have a lot of, I guess, grit to get through it, and therefore you can withstand a lot more of the pain and obstacles that you got to get over to keep going, as someone who just has some natural talent goes, oh man, this is hard, it's getting hard, I'm out. You know, it's easy to do that. Yeah.
So I had a lot of like really dope people around me in the beginning. I'd say I started. So my first introduction was I actually went to middle school with Kid David. Okay. And so I saw him at the talent show. And that was my first time I ever saw breaking. And then I started learning from Milestone. Okay. So he was my teacher. Yeah, where's that guy at? He's in LA. He's like making like clothing now. Oh, okay. Like he was into like.
He's a dope artist.
He's dope. He's super dope. Shout out Milestone. Miles, you should listen to the podcast.
Come listen, please. Yeah. Actually, be a guest.
Yeah, come on, Miles. And then I got down with Urban Apache. I don't know if you remember Urban Apache. It's like Josh Shinobi. Askia, Love Child, Dylan. Yeah, like Hello Windmills, Who Man. Miles was a part of it. David was a part of it. Pete 10.
Oh yeah, damn, dude, these are people I haven't seen in a long time.
So that was my first crew. They were like the local crew in Marin.
Yeah, okay.
And I learned from them a lot, and they pushed me to go like further. And then I kind of started off with the younger guys that was around. We formed our own crew out of that. That started as kind of like a sub crew of Urban Apache. That was like me, Max, Protocol, Max Payne, RIP Max. Josh was also with us. Jaime, do you remember Jaime?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, Jaime was with us. Tom Slick, a bunch of guys, and they kind of pushed us as well. And then I was learning a lot from, well, Miles was in Rock Force. I was hanging out with Rock Force.
Okay, yeah.
And then like mainly Profo.
Is this the Cell Space days?
Yeah, Cell Space days.
Yeah. I remember going to Cell Space one day and training with you guys, and I just saw like Milestone whipping the shit out of you, and you were like like about to die, and I was like, this dude works fucking hard, because I'm over here just fucking rolling on the floor.
You know, the crazy thing is on Cell Space days, that was a double practice day for us.
Oh really?
So I would go train with Miles at the spot called Horizons in the Mission from like 4 to 6. Then we would go like shop at Ross. This is like every Monday tradition. This is like a Monday tradition. We would like go train for 2 hours, shop at Ross, get like a Jamba Juice or something, and then go to South Space afterwards.
Oh shit!
For like years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of my high school days actually, because we would basically train at school, then take a break, then go train again at night. But I could not keep that up after high school. I mean, a little bit towards in college, but yeah, no, I mean, yeah. South Space was dope. I learned a lot from just like osmosis, like Joey Groons out there. Oh yeah, man, I forgot about that guy.
Prolific, Ross, Wacko, of course. I got all my tops from Wacko. I did them all from Wacko.
Dope, yeah.
So
he was on the podcast actually a while ago.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Wack Donuts are dope. Have you had his donuts yet?
I haven't had them.
They're so good, man.
Yeah, I heard they're hella good.
Like the texture is so different from what you're used to.
Because it's a vegan donut, right?
It's vegan, but they're baked, not fried.
Yeah.
So it's like totally different texture. It's really good.
Okay.
Wow. And then when Miles left Rock Force and switched over to Renegades, I started hanging out more with Renegades.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And that's how, and learning from like the guys that are around, like Bobby, Finesse, Monkey, Joey Groons was in at the time, and Wicket when he would be in town, and then that's how I kind of got into Renegades. And yeah, just being around all those people like made me feel like I'm like, fuck, I'm whack. I gotta like get better.
Yeah, you gotta try. Yeah, no, I mean, being around legends and stuff, Wicked in particular, Iron Monkey and stuff, you see them and you're like, dude, I got something to work towards.
Yeah. And they would also tell me like Monkey would be like, yo, that move's whack. You gotta stop doing that.
Yeah.
I had some weird shit in the beginning. Like I used to do like a lot of character shit. Like,
oh yeah.
And like some of it was good, but some of it wasn't.
You know what? I was talking to someone else about this recently, but it was like I had when I was in Flex Flav, that was the same kind of mentality they would have to me, like, yo, that move sucks, you suck, do better. And I was always like, fuck these guys. Yeah. I'm gonna make you cheer for this move.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Well, it wasn't necessarily like you suck. It was just like, don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't ever do that again. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do it better, and then you're gonna cheer for this. I know I'm gonna make you cheer for it.
Yeah.
And so that like really pushed me, just the hatred in my heart, I guess, to like to make them cheer for this. So
yeah,
I would, and that's kind of why I always break differently than a lot of those flex guys, because I was like, no, fuck this. They hate this move. I'm gonna make them like it. And you know what? Actually, a lot of those moves they ended up liking it. So I guess I was onto something. But yeah, I don't know. Just that like, oh, I want to throw this to you in your face was like something that really drove me. I don't know if that's just a cynic in me or what.
But it kind of passed on to me, because now with my student, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah.
But it's less a thing of like that it's bad. It's just like Miles used to say, just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done.
That's really good.
No, because it's like, it's dope to be creative and original, but you know, some things are whack, bro. Some things just like objectively look bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
The thing that I just immediately thought about is, do you remember Darkseid from Freak Show?
Vaguely. I don't remember Darkseid specifically, but I remember my first time seeing Freak Show. I think it was Big Payback or something like that. One of those Cupertino jams that Tech used to throw.
Yeah.
And I remember like being repulsed. Like it was like, because I was so conditioned into that traditional b-boy mindset that seeing them, I was like, I had this reaction like I was seeing some insects. Like I was like, ugh.
Yeah, no, they would dress hella crazy. But the thing that I was just reminded of is like, this dude is a wild man. He was battling somebody and they I don't know, they dicked him or something, and he was like, oh, I'll show you. I got a better burn, and he just whipped his dick out and actually caught them.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, hey,
I've never heard that before.
Oh man, he used to do it all the time actually. But I was there the first time he did it, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on?
Yo, groundbreaking.
I mean, that's a very creative way to burn somebody. I'm like,
I guess
it really shouldn't be done.
Well, I used to think the worst was when Benji had the dildo.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
But that's a whole nother level, bro.
It really is. No, I mean,
like I thought the worst was him throwing a dildo in Baby's face, but like him actually pulling his dick out, like it's just literally
said,
like,
oh, you're gonna do this to me? I'm gonna
it's
really
like, I'm gonna actually sexually harass you.
Yeah,
right
it
now.
was. Yeah, no, me too, right there, dude.
Like I'm gonna.
I forget who that was for.
Imagine he's battling a B-girl, man. Just be over for him.
It would be over.
I mean, shit, be over if you like flashed it in front of the wrong guy. It'd probably knock him out.
He was doing it to Circus Runaways. That's who they were battling.
Okay, so it was
Josh
kind of like
and Law and all those guys.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might have done it back to him. I don't know.
God.
But that was some wild shit, and that's Milestone's quote just reminded me of that, because something you can do a lot of things, but some things you don't want to do. This episode of Noise of the Broke Boys is brought to you by the Gym Photoshoot Helpline. Do you enjoy filming yourself doing jumping jacks to post on social media? Does taking photos of yourself with weights near you make you feel cool? Do you think perspiration allows your skin to glisten in the gym lamplight during your workout photo shoot? I believe you've come to the right place for your terrible addiction. Unfortunately, no one wants to see your nasty body while scrolling through social media looking for posts of animals doing cute things. And admitting this is step one. But more importantly, help is available. Tell your photography staff to stay home today. In fact, let them know that they will need to look for new employment. Today, you'll work out without taking pictures of yourself. It will be a hard journey, but our telephone operators are standing by for assistance. Call 1-800-DUMBBELL-VANITY for help anytime you feel the weight of your addiction. That's 1-800-DUMBBELL-VANITY. And now, onto the show.
But like talking about Freak Show, like I do have a lot more respect for them now.
I got a ton of respect
because I've kind of evolved in my thinking of like, you know, what breaking is, and like some people will look at even like Kazuki Rock. You remember the whole thing with Kazuki Rock? They had the picture of him doing the splits thing.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What the fuck is this?" It's not and I'm like, "Man, this dude's like kind of killing it." Like,
yeah.
And he's doing his own thing. And part of breaking is you want to do, you know, your own thing. And you know, there's enough space in breaking for the weirdos.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I think there should be space. Like, I love Bruce Almighty. I love, like, you know, the funny shit. Like, who's the other guys? Issei Kikoku from Japan. They do like weird. Look up Issei Kikoku compilation. Okay. They do these fucking weird ass like big teeth move and like all this weird shit. Yeah. But they make up characters. And, Palmer's doing some weird shit. Okay. I love Palmer's style right now.
I like Palmer too.
But I just love that there's like I'm very traditional how I break. But I love that there's space in breaking for everything. Yeah. You know?
Well, you know, I honestly think all breakers are weirdos, you know, because like you really think about it, back in the day when there wasn't breaking before and they were just playing music at an event or whatever, you know, just at a party, and people just said, "I'm so hyped, I'm gonna roll on the floor." That's on the floor. That's a fucking weirdo, dude. For real. Weird. That's the weirdo. The weirdo said,
everybody else is dancing with girls.
And then they're like,
the floor.
The floor. I need to put my face on it. Dude, that's a weirdo for real. Dude. So like there's definitely weirdo baked into this culture.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people that break now. You're obviously going to get these different divergent paths, and I think it's dope. I don't think necessarily everybody is dope, but or every one of those styles is dope, but I welcome it because it might take it somewhere else.
Yeah, because I think you need to have people pushing those boundaries and not being dope for the people to be able to push the boundaries and be dope. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like, you need people to like be brave enough to like try something and do it, and then like later on somebody could see that and flip it and do it in a dope way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, when I first saw Freak Show, I was not feeling it. But now I'm down. Like, Ross Skeleton's fucking dope. Like, he's killing it right now.
Yeah, that guy's dope.
Yeah, and just like, dude, they're fucking flexible. I'm not that flexible. I wish I was that flexible.
Freakazoid.
Boogeyman's dope.
Yeah, they're those guys. I mean, they really changed the game, to be honest. Like, you look at what they were doing back then, and everyone was hating on them.
Yeah,
and they were still beating a lot of people. And then now you see it. That style has really become like, you know, really into, you know, the mainstream styles now. You see Kazuki Rock, you could definitely see he took a little bit of that from them. You see someone like what the hell is that guy's name? I'm gonna forget his name, from East Side B-Boys in Ukraine, I think.
Churito. Not Dorito?
Oh no, Chorito. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he's in a different crew. Illusion of Exist. I think.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the other dude.
Eastside Boys.
Really flexible dude. He used to like pop up and then he would drop to his shoulder, then pick up again. Oh, I can't remember his name, dude.
Yeah.
That might be the wrong
Gun?
Coach.
No.
God damn it.
Come to us. Anyways, but it's like the people who say like, oh, that's not breaking.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Then I'm like, dude, it's breaking. You don't like that type of breaking.
Yeah.
But it's still breaking.
It's still breaking.
You know? It's like, you know, it's like saying like, oh, that's not food. It's like, it's the type of food you don't like.
Exactly.
Don't say it's not food.
Yeah, no, that's exactly
You know, like you're okay. Like it's fine for you to not like a type of something.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
Like have your taste. Like,
yeah.
You know, like personally, I have my own taste, but I could still recognize that. And
yeah,
you know?
no, definitely. I'm not gonna eat the crickets, but dude, you go to like Thailand
Oh,
and they sell them on the
exactly.
street. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
you want some crickets?
They're,
Like,
they're
nah,
fucking
dude.
street food awesomeness. And also like I was watching like some recent like BC One or Break Free or whatever with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she likes the weirdos. Because
yeah,
it looks
yeah.
different to her. Everybody else looks the same. Like not knowing anything about breaking. Like people who move differently stand out way more to somebody who doesn't have knowledge
Yeah.
of, you know, the culture, not the culture, but like, you know, breaking.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the purposes of breaking is to stand out. So doing like kind of a weird style is accomplishing that goal. So I feel like they're being successful at it. Doesn't mean that I necessarily like it, but hey, they're taking a shot in the dark and hey, maybe it'll hit.
And I mean, it's kind of a braver step to do that than to like do
to
what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, to do the you know 6-step halo baby freeze and go, yeah, I killed it.
Yeah.
Better
Rather than put your leg over your thing and
then whip your dick
finger
out.
the butthole.
Yeah, oh yeah, finger the butthole.
Oh, man.
There we
Nutcrackers, bro. You're actually, I mean, really, like Nutcrackers, you're kind of fingering your butt.
That's true, huh? Yeah. Oh man.
And on that note, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is what we talk about on Noise of the Broke Boys. Hopefully you're still listening.
Yeah. Don't leave now.
Don't leave now.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There's more butthole fingering coming up.
So much more.
Dope, dude. So I'm curious, how you take creativity into your own like style. Like what is like your process of that? And I guess what goes through your mind when you're doing that?
So I'm very actually intentional with it. So I have in my system, I have something called fragments and forces. So I'm very set based. And
I see.
the reason of that is I used to freestyle so much I would hurt myself. So I would like throw myself into something I'd never done before on the spot, and then
It's no good.
I'm out for like 6 months. It's no good. So I became very set based. And then, you know, the goal is to like freestyle the sets. But
I see. Yeah.
anyway, so I have these things called fragments and forces. And fragments are like little pieces, like little small things.
Yeah, okay.
And then a force is like a combo, like a couple fragments put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I would do, and usually, I mean, I lean more towards footwork than anything else. So usually this will be in footwork.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of like sit in a position and I'll like create, and I'll like intentionally be like, okay, now is my time to create.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just kind of either I'll explore, you know, different moves, or sometimes I'll freestyle and come upon something new. But it's very intentional. And I try and do it consistently. So
Okay.
I try and do it like every practice or every other practice, make something new, flip something old, make it constantly be evolving. I don't want to look the same as I did a year ago, ever. And I want to be able to smoke myself from a year ago.
Yeah, that's a good goal to have.
You know, or if you move it up 6 months, or whatever it is.
No,
you know?
actually, the guy that taught me and my brother how to break, he always had this rule where you go to practice. Every time you practice, you have to be better at something.
Yeah.
And that, like, just that little step and just having that one little rule has helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
Like, cause that's honestly one of the only rules I really stick to, and it's like helped me like so much. But you know, going back to like what you're talking about with fragments and forces, I feel like it's kind of similar to what I do, because I try to make little pieces of something that can kind of fit wherever, and it'll be like just a statement right there, and then like a longer kind of thing. And what I try to do is kind of freestyle between them. Is that kind of how you?
Yeah. So basically, the idea is that a force is like a longer like set that you would use in a battle.
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm just ciphering, I'll mainly just stick to like fragments and random orders.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, so like I have my like go-to forces that I've drilled. So like it's time to battle, you know, and there's the pressure. I can just fall back on my like muscle memory. I don't have to think.
Yeah, no, that's important. That's actually what I was gonna say. Is one of the things I do is I practice those, you know, forces that I have, and I try to get it to where I don't need to think about it, and then I just say, let's forget this shit. Yeah. And then when you dance, it's just gonna happen. And even if it's just a small piece of it, it's still gonna happen. And you know that you've put a lot of thought and effort into making this look good. It's gonna look good however it ends up coming out, as long as you don't fall on your face, right?
Yeah.
So.
And that's the idea, and the process. It's kind of like a longer process of kind of the flow is, you know, you create the fragments, put them into a force. Then, you know, you have like 3 to 5 forces per round, something like that. So you have, you know, your beginning, your middle, your end. Yeah. And then if you have enough energy, some more in the middle, whatever. Then once I throw it in a battle, I take a look at this force and I deconstruct it. And I say, okay, I've already done it this way. I don't want to be predictable. Let me take it apart, see what I can flip, and see what I can change. What can I learn to do the other way? What can I learn to do in reverse? You know, what can I take apart? And then I'll put them back together with something new, and then that'll become a new force. So it's always kind of changing. I'm always aware of like the weakness of being set based is you can become very predictable.
Yeah, very predictable.
So I'm always in this process of like creating and uncreating and like, you know, deconstructing things. While making new stuff. But then, you know, when I'm in this, that's for battles, but when I'm in the cipher, I just kind of like, I try and maybe I'll think of like 3 fragments I want to include I'll have in my head for my round, or I'll think of like my go down and my ending, and I'll just kind of be like whatever in the middle.
I've like really been trying to not think of anything.
That's good too.
Because I have just so many freaking moves that, like, you know, I mean, tons of fragments basically. Just like everything I have is fragments. And I realize that I have just so much of this stuff. I don't even use a lot of it. Like, and I train them like crazy, but like, what's the use of having it if you don't really use it? Right. So then I go, how about I just get it to where it just happens naturally. Yeah. And then I just dance, don't think of anything, let it come out naturally, and then hey, maybe you get it. What I guess
that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. I think it's not an easy thing to do, by the way.
Sure.
It's like but that's kind of what I've always been trying to do.
When I've been at my best, when I've performed my best, it's been after a period of serious drilling of forces, but like with like some time in between that. So like I had a period of time where I like drill them to death and I know them really well, and then I forget about them for a little bit, and then I battle, then they naturally come out really well. So it kind of like lets them sit a little bit, but they come out more naturally in the freestyle. So like, for example, I had like an exhibition years ago, maybe it was like a Breakin international thing or whatever. Okay. And then so I trained hard for the exhibition, and then like, you know, like a month or 2 went by, and then I had a 2-on-2, and in the 2-on-2 I was like flowing really well. Everything was coming out nice, because I had like pounded it into my muscle memory and then kind of gave it room to breathe. Oh, okay. You know, and then it started like really coming out.
Actually, when I was in school, one of the things I would do is I'd be training like crazy, and then when I'd have a test, I would just freaking disappear for like 2 weeks and just not train. And then I'd come back, and as like a present to myself, I'd go to a jam. Yeah. And I would always like kill it at that jam, because I would be training so hard, and then that break like gave my body, I guess, some time to rest, my mind some
cleanses
time to rest. And like my mind just was not on anything anymore, because I was like, oh, I got through that crazy test, I probably failed it, fuck it. Like everything else is on my mind. Like the thing that's not on my mind is worrying about this dude that I'm battling, or like me falling on the floor, like that's the last thing I care about at this moment. And so then I would just go out like kind of with a free mind, and shit would happen.
That's the zone, man.
Yeah.
And that's the trick, is getting in the zone. And, you know, it's hard to do, but once you're in it, you know, you feel great. That's the flow state, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Do you have any tricks of like getting into that? That's something I've been trying to figure out.
Great sleep is number one.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to have great sleep. Without that, it's not possible.
Okay.
And this is actually what I went to college for. I got my degree in kinesiology with a social science emphasis. So like not the kinesiology for physical therapists, but more like sports psychology stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like how to achieve peak performance, kind of thing. So the flow state is when you have a challenge that is not too easy or not too hard. It has to be challenging, otherwise it's not going to happen. So you have to feel some pressure. Okay. But it can't be like way above your level. That makes sense? Yeah, it has to be in that sweet spot. You have to have a level of excitement that's your natural. So for instance, some people do better when they're more chill. Other people do better when they're really hyped up. Some people are in the middle. And it's different for every person. Yeah. You know, so you got to find what that is for you, whether you need to like calm yourself down and then go chill, or, you know, really hype yourself up, get super amped, and then go. However you perform best, you need to be there. And you got to have like minimum of stress in your life, you know, because if you have like worries about a job or, you know, whatever, that's going to affect you. And great sleep is number one, man. Yeah. Great sleep is, if you don't sleeping well, it's not going to come out. Okay. And that's, I mean, for me, that's when it's happened. I would say I've probably been in that like 4 or 5 times at most. Okay. I don't think it's not very common. You know, it's this kind of phenomenon that is around, but it's hard to create. You know? Yeah,
it'll happen naturally once in a while, but yeah, I've always like, because I've been in it a couple times, but it's like, how did I get here? I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Like time slows down.
Yeah,
you feel like, but it's super cool, and it's like this real thing that scientists have studied. That's like, you know.
Yeah, like stuff. You kind of feel like there's some sort of like superpower in you, like, at that moment.
Hell yeah, it's like, you know, it's like time slowing down. That's a fucking superpower, man. Like you can like, and everything feels right. I remember the first time it happened was it was the 28th Renegade anniversary at 330 Rich in the city, like the small. Did you go to the ones like in the small club, like the small bar? So it was the first one there, and I remember I was battling in the Bonnie and Clyde battle with actually one of the Me+2 girls. Do you remember them? No. They're from out here. They were one of Miles' students as well. Okay. And now they're like a dance TikTok rapper group. Oh shit. Yeah, they're pretty dope. Shout out Me+2. But yeah, I was entering that, and I think it was the prelim battle. Okay. And like it was like, don't sweat the technique. Came on, and I just like killed it to this. I was like, and it was just like insane. Like I never had done that well before, and I was just like feeling like perfect. Yeah, you know, it was great. And then the next round, I battled Flowmaster and crashed him. It was horrible. But yeah, you know.
Well, I mean, something like that would kind of break your mindset, I would think, because you're going up against him and you're like, oh man,
I didn't crash, but I didn't do well.
Well, but yeah, you're like, oh, I don't want to lose to this guy.
I was like, man,
he's probably gonna kill me.
He's fucking dope, man. I love Flowmaster. That's one of my major inspirations. He's super dope.
He's so good. I mean, man, there's still moments that I've seen from back in the day when there was this 90 move he did in what was it? It was the Ultimate Cypher at
Pro-Am.
Yeah. There's this weird like thing he like did a 90, and I was like, what in the hell is that? I've never seen anybody do that. I've only seen him do it like twice, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy.
He's so nuts. He's one of the greatest of all time, for sure.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. I mean, there's nothing that guy can't do, honestly.
I know.
And he could beat your ass because he's like a boxing
coach. He's a fucking dope ass locker too. It's like, what the fuck? Taekwondo dude.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Shit, dude.
Yeah, Flow Master's dope.
But anyways, yeah, back to like flow states. No, yeah, it's like that's like a phenomenon that I feel like there's got to be some people in the scene that know how to really tap into that.
Yeah,
because they're like, I'm gonna think of like someone like maybe like Morris or something, like where they just know how to turn stuff on. You know?
Yeah.
Or like
well, Morris, I think he can do it, but also he knows how to like battle no matter how he's feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like
that's true. Yeah.
Because it's like with
but
the flow
something in
state,
his brain, like I mean, like something in his brain is going like, hey, like fucking all the other shit that's in your head right now, forget about that, because you gotta like kill this person. You know what I mean? And he can just battle.
Yeah, but the flow state, it's like you can't really rely on it. It's like you know, it's like you can't go into battle and like, all right, I'm gonna get this flow state and I'm gonna kill it. Yeah. You know, you gotta like it happens if it happens, and you can like kind of do some things to make it more likely. But yeah, I feel like Morris is just like
or like Machine. I've seen that guy just be going off.
Machine is unstoppable if he has the right music.
Yeah. And that might be how he taps into that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know. Do you think is that some way to tap into a flow state? Like with just good music, it puts you in the right mindset.
No, I think I think it's not necessarily the flow state. I think it's something different. I think he's just killing it. I think he's just an amazing like dancer when he has the music that he like is that really like that he really likes, that he really wants to dance to. Is like dude, he does ridiculous stuff. Like you see this shit when he like jumps up and grabs the fucking like roof and then hangs there for a second. You see that clip? Yeah. He's just like dun, dun. And everybody's just like, is he hanging from the ceiling right now?
That's dope.
Like, dude, who else could do that? Yeah. And then I met him and he was
he's small.
But
he can jump high though.
Oh my god. And he hang from the ceiling. But Machine was like, at one point he was my favorite B-boy for sure. I was like,
he's a lot of people
Machine is everything. Like 2007, 8, something like that. I was like, oh my god, Machine. He's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Sac, and we used to see him when I first started in high school. He would come out to my high school every once in a while. We're like, dude, this guy's crazy.
You just came out, or was he teaching? Or
the guy that taught me was good homies with him. Okay. So like they would just come and train at our school once in a while. Sick. Like I don't know, they were like 20 something at that time. Yeah. So they would just show up, practice with us or whatever. So I would see him, and this was before he was really famous. Yeah. And it was like he's still killing it. And like, oh, this guy's gonna go somewhere. And then, I think he got with like the B-Boy World Team or whatever. And then like everybody was talking to him about him. Like I think he battled this dude named Matthias in France, who's another like beat killer type of B-boy, and they just were like beat killing like crazy.
But the dangerous thing with Machine is like everybody could be a beat killer, but Machine is like what he's gonna kill the beat with.
Yeah, he's gonna grab the ceiling.
He's gonna grab the ceiling. He's gonna flip into something crazy. Yeah, he's gonna hit some like nuts freeze or power. Like there's a lot of beat killers out there who don't have a lot of like content.
Oh yeah, that's
because I used to be one of them. Like I used to be able to I got my musicality and then now I'm gonna go home and like that was what I had. Is like I could hit the beat and hit chair freeze.
I mean,
but it's like Machine. It's like it's not just the music he hits, it's like the crazy dynamics he's hitting it with.
I mean, I think also he's on the weirdo shit where he's like, oh, I'm not afraid to do the weirdo shit, jump up and grab the ceiling. Who the fuck thought about that? Yeah. But I mean, that's a weirdo that would think of that, right? But that was dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not putting the foot over the head, but that's some weirdo shit for real.
That's some crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're totally like thinking completely outside of the box, outside of the realm of like what people have been doing before. That's definitely some weirdo shit. But it, I don't know, taking the risk. It could have been whack, but it was dope.
He could have missed the thing.
Yeah, what if he missed it? Or like he catches it and like it's actually
because the thing is he didn't really look.
What if he just grabbed and it was and
it fell?
Like it just fell. Oh man.
The entire jam is ruined.
It was like a live power wire. It just rips out and then fucking burns the building down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would be all bad. Yeah, see, that's a way that the weirdo shit goes bad.
Another Milesism. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I gotta add something to that. But it's also what you do.
It is also what you do. Yeah.
You know, it's what you do and how you do it.
Yeah.
Especially when we're talking about machines, like it's what he does and how he does it.
There's things that are objectively whack, like whipping your dick out in the pedal.
Oh my god. I can't believe I've never heard that before.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's a legendary moment.
Good Lord.
It's a dark time in breaking history.
2024
You
Olympics.
can probably
So
find
you ready?
footage of it. I'm sure there's footage.
I don't
of it
want to
somewhere.
find footage.
You don't want to, but yeah.
Is it pixelated in the footage? Or?
I mean, I don't think
Is it
I've seen the
censored?
footage. I don't think I've seen the footage because I was there live.
Oh God.
So this thing is ingrained.
It's not something you got home and like
burned in my mind.
Let me see that again. No.
Yeah. It's not something I'm trying to see again.
Man, I've seen those videos of guys doing like swipes, like swipes, and they're taking off their pants. Have you seen those meme videos or whatever?
I seen the one where there's this dude. He was just drilling. I think just
Like 90s or
like
something.
I think it was head spins, and then he's just taking all his clothes off, and it's like
That's like old school though. Like,
Yeah.
But like Storm did that.
Yeah, he would take his shirt off.
He would go down to his
jacket.
boxers.
Yeah, but
Storm
these
would
guys,
go down to his boxers.
They go all the way, man.
All the way.
Like they're swinging. You know, it's flailing in the wind, dude.
I remember hearing something about like, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I want to say it was like Flexum doing like air flares, like butt naked or something. I'm sorry, Flexum. I love you, Gordy, but I feel like I want to.
That sounds like something he might do.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think I remember there's an old video. Of
It was on a video. Maybe it was
getting
Thesis.
naked, and he just ran through the streets and just started doing flips.
But here's the problem. Wouldn't Thesis have been like 17 then?
Ooh, that's that CP. Whoop. I didn't see it.
I
Cut.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh my god.
Shit.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Breakdance.
yeah, no, there's some old like footage I remember. I've seen this dude in Europe. I think he was doing like dick threads with like he was in.
How do we start talking about this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we move on?
We should move on.
Let's regroup, guys. Let's regroup.
This is why you come to this show. But this is
Noise of the broke boys.
it's getting cut, dude.
Talking about
Oh my god,
nude breakers.
So, dude, so do you have any like funny stories in your like career of breaking, or really anything?
Probably. I'm trying to think. Well, my first jam ever that I ever went to was the exhibit was Death by Disco Ball, the exhibition between Hella Hung and Flexum. That was my introduction to breaking jams. And when I was there, I had no frame of reference. So
is this
I
what
didn't
breaking
really
always
know
is? Oh.
like whether it was like normal or not. For like Hella Hung to come out as like Ultimate Warrior shit with the tassels and just jumping on his back.
And that was when
like,
Flexum just had his like thong on or something.
yeah, he like stripped down to his underwear and then like did like a head spin on a bottle or something weird.
Yeah.
You know,
He was killing it, actually.
he was good. No, Flexum was like one of my another like top inspiration, like from the North Bay. He's super dope. But like, it was just that being my introduction to breaking jams.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, this was a battle between Flexum and Hella Hung. And Hella Hung is kind of like this local legend in the San Francisco area where he just, you know, dresses in some wild stuff and battles people, and I don't even think he really breaks. Like,
Well, his
really
style is like let's call him a suicide specialist.
Yeah, he just jumps on his face.
Jumps and lands.
Yeah, no footwork, no power move, like no breaking really, just jumping and like landing.
I think at some point he learned to do an Indian step and then jump and land.
Yeah, and it's in an Ultimate Warrior costume. And so anyway, so he battles
doing the moonwalk and shit.
And
like,
Flexum was wearing like a crazy wig with...
Not yet. This was before that. This was like...
He just had the thong on?
He just stripped down.
He just...
Not a thong. Not Bucho Bros. It was before Bucho Bros.
I thought it was the same costume.
No, it was before Bucho Bros. This was a jam held in San Rafael.
I'm pretty sure I was at the jam. So.
David was hosting.
Yeah.
I think Monkey was judging.
I'll have to find footage of it.
If you look up Death by Disco Ball, Flexum versus Hella Hung, I think it will come up.
Okay.
I think. And it was the first jam I entered too, and I like remember being so nervous. I just did 6 steps. I literally went out for my prelim round and did like 5-6 steps and left.
You're like, oh, I forgot my Ultimate Warrior costume, so I'm too nervous for this.
Like I didn't know what to do, so I just went in and did 6. I completely blanked, and I did 6 steps, and then I was like, oh god, I gotta go.
Was Red Dragon there with his crazy mask on?
I think so.
Okay.
So I was like, what is this world I just stepped into? Like, I assumed that was normal.
There's like a bunch of lockers like there, and they got their crazy outfits on too.
I don't think there was I don't know if there was lockers, but
yeah, that's a pretty wild introduction to games, for sure.
I mean, Hung Dynasty was around. Like that was actually a dope squad.
It was
like around Hella Hung.
That was Profo, Rob, Milestone,
Joey Grunes, Flexum, David.
David, yeah.
Who else was in it? I don't know.
I mean, Hella Hung.
Hella Hung, bro.
Hella Hung was the leader.
Yo.
The leader.
I mean, shout out to Hung, bro. Like, you know, he did his thing.
He should come back.
He's back. He's making a movie.
Is he?
He's making like Breaking 4 or something like that.
Oh my god. Hella Hung, come on the show, dude. I gotta hit you up, dude.
Hit him up.
Actually,
I feel like he's in the Bay. Like,
I remember he rode his bike somewhere and just disappeared for a while. And
he rode his bike down to Venice Beach, and he's been at Venice Beach for a long time.
Okay.
Like lifting weights with the.
So he's hella buff too.
No.
No. He's just hella Hung.
I mean, he's always been hella buff.
I mean, yeah, he's
like, that's the thing about Hung. Like, he was always like kind of buff, you know.
He was.
That's how he did those suicides.
Yeah,
because he was kind of buff.
He just flexes and just like.
He wasn't scrawny.
Yeah, that's true.
And he wasn't like chubby either. Like he was kind of buff.
He has some meat on the bones.
And Jason took his brother. You know, I saw him there. He was also doing the suicides.
That's true.
And I was like that was kind of tight. Like I was like, I didn't know somebody could jump and land and get up okay like that.
You know what he was? He was the fucking. You ever play Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
Fucking Kirby just turns into a rock. He's like indestructible.
Yo, he's totally that.
Dude, he's fucking Kirby.
Oh my god. But I mean, really, if you think about it, he's doing wrestling moves without like a dude that he's like without an opponent. He's doing solo wrestling like bombs. You know?
He's choke slamming himself. Dude, Hella Hung is a legend, man.
Dude, just like growing up around there. You ever go to the city college jams in SF?
I think so, yeah.
Those were a lot of my early jams. Man.
So what was your second jam experience, and was that like, were you like, hey, where's the like costumes at?
I feel like my second jam experience was Mighty 4.
Okay, that's
I want to say, which is like, it was either Mighty 4 or one of the city college jams.
Were you like, how come no one's getting naked here?
No, I was okay with that part.
You're like, okay.
I just thought that there was like a lot of weird characters.
Or you were like entering the jam and you started getting naked and everyone's like, what are you doing?
No.
Oh, I thought this was normal. Like,
no. Like I could understand because nobody else was getting naked there. It was just Flexum and Hung. But why do we keep coming back to this?
Just getting naked.
Oh my
dude,
god! Just get naked. Breakdance. Get naked.
Get naked.
But it was Mighty 4. It was like the last Out for Fame, maybe.
Oh yeah.
That Mighty 4, they had this venue in SF that was like pretty big, actually. I don't remember what the name is. I don't know if it's still around. It was like massive. I want to say Massive Monkeys won, and they were doing like their full routines, like, you know, like giant routines. And everybody had little commandos and.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like maybe. Before that, there would have been maybe some jams at Cell Space or some city college jams.
I miss Cell Space.
Yo, I still have a brick from Cell Space.
Oh, really?
From the building.
From when they wrecked it or whatever?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Wacko.
Yeah.
That was actually my introduction to throwing jams. I helped Wacko throw the Celebrate Cell Space jam, the very last one.
Okay. Yeah.
And, yeah, I miss Cell Space. That was like my home, man.
Are you planning to throw any events like in the future?
Definitely next year in the fall, and this is pretty far off, but Renegades 39th anniversary.
Damn.
And then the year after that will be Renegades 40th anniversary.
That's crazy.
And probably some small things before that. I don't want to start with a big anniversary jam.
Yeah,
you know, I kind of want to like
yeah.
get back into it. I mean, I've thrown a lot of jams, but it's been a minute because of COVID.
It's
and stuff.
Throwing jams is a lot of work. I never did it myself. My brother was always throwing them, so I was always helping him with it. And I'm like, dude, this looks like a freaking headache to do.
It's a lot. I mean, it helps to have definitely a team.
Yeah.
And the more organized you are, the better. And like for instance, me and Ark threw a lot of jams at the studio in Marin, the Rocco Rocks.
Oh yeah. I know those ones. Yeah, there's like with the kids and stuff.
Yeah, man, and that was like a dope because we kind of got it down to a science. Okay. After throwing so many, we were like, okay, we know what to do. We have it all set up.
Yeah.
We got into kind of a groove, and we were gonna do like the final one, and it was like gonna happen. We were gonna like fly out logistics. It was gonna be dope.
Okay.
COVID hit like right when we were about to have it. Yeah, man. But
yeah, that kind of screwed everything up.
Yeah. But I love those. I mean, my favorite ones that I've thrown was probably the outside ones, the Concrete Jam SF, where we had it. We teamed up with Amjad from, he's a guy who organized Circle Kings.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And now he has a jam called Concrete Jam in Switzerland. Okay. So me and Squid threw a jam in SF, and the winner, which ended up being Scarface, got flown out to Switzerland.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was just like on the concrete, like right outside of BART station. You know, we just
Scar
like,
would win that for sure.
He did.
That dude's a
he did head spins. His like
on the concrete.
He did a fucking like fist 90 on the concrete, like some crazy shit. I'm like,
he's just bloody and like,
dude, he was. It was
like I don't care.
It was like a skate video. Like man, he was just like going for it.
Yeah, Scar is the skater of breaking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He's a. Except he scoots. He's a scooter. He's a scooty. Cutie McScooty.
Almost spit my drink.
Cutie McScooty is what I call him.
Oh my God. Hey, shouts to Scar, man.
Yeah, no,
Scar's dope.
I've been trying to get him on here, actually.
Yeah, Scar's the man. Yo, the crazy thing is I've been battling him for the longest. Like, I have footage of me and him battling at the Payback when he was, like, in his emo phase.
Yeah, when he looked like Justin Bieber.
No, before that. He was like an emo kid. He had like black hair and then like covered his eyes.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
I
remember.
And he came. He was like doing the Nasty Ray grab the shirt and head slide.
Oh yeah.
With the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was like 10 years ago.
my breaking will make you feel the darkness in my soul.
Oh my God. He's gone through some looks, man.
Yeah.
He had emo kid. Then he had Justin Bieber. Then he had like. What do you have after Justin Bieber? He had like normal.
I mean, he had
hair.
He had like.
He had regular hair.
Little pump kind of look.
Yeah. Then he had like colored hair, and now he has no hair.
Now he's got the Uncle Fester look. What's up, Scar? I love you,
shouts to Scar. I love you, man. Don't call me out. Love you.
Don't call me out either.
Oh my God.
No, I love that guy. Anyways, what were we fucking talking about?
I don't know. Somehow we got into promoting, but we were doing something else before that.
Yeah,
probably like naked people.
About event promotion.
Yeah.
No. So, I actually want to get into event promotion eventually. I mean, I know it's a huge headache, and I don't want to necessarily be the guy that's always throwing them. But I do. We used to throw this Halloween jam back in the day, where it was like. It's dirt cheap to get into the jam if you wore a costume, but it was like $20 if you didn't.
Yeah, penalize them.
Like penalize you if you didn't wear a costume. Yeah, and then it was just like wild battles of people in costumes. So I want to bring that back because I think it's funny, and I have a couple ideas for some event, like how to.
You should just throw it like not on Halloween, but like still do the costume.
Yeah, no,
that's how you really. But make it like free for people to come in the costume.
Yeah,
like but make it on like a Wednesday in like April.
Oh yeah, and it's like in the middle of like some really populated area, like
in the mall.
Yeah, and there's just all these people in costumes. Like you got freaking Naruto there, and freaking Ninja Turtles are all like showing up. You got Michael Jackson. Like what the hell is going on?
Oh jeez.
No, but that would be fun. I really want to bring it back because that was just such a fun jam to throw, because we would set up exhibition battles between like Spider-Man versus Hulk.
That's dope.
We had Michael Jackson versus Rick James, I think. A kid. Oh man. We had we had some wild. Oh, we had the whole Power Rangers versus all of the Ninja Turtles. So we had basically 2 crews just dress up as these guys and just battle.
Yo, I remember when Roughneck Attack were visiting, they stayed in my place. And it was during Halloween, and we like all went out as like Ninja Turtles.
That's dope.
And they didn't, because they don't really do Halloween like heavy in Ukraine. So they're like, what should we do? And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking Ninja Turtles out in town. It was like going to clubs and like breaking. And
that's hella tight.
That shit was hella fun.
So there's a bunch of Ninja Turtles just breaking,
just like randomly
high level,
like international level,
like Ninja Turtles
breaking at like some bar in the marina. Like it's just like no other hip hop people around.
Oh, that's like, hella funny, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I think that would be great, especially if it became like a really big event that a lot of like people would come out to, you know.
It's super rewarding, man, when people go to your event and then they're like, yo, I had a great time, and you know, and then they have that memory and they carry that forward, you know, and like maybe it's somebody's first jam, you know, and that like makes them like want to get into breaking, and then they see, you know, Hella Hung battle flex and strip, and you know, it impacts them forever, and now they're forever scarred,
dude. Yeah, man.
Or you know what I mean?
That would be like, tight. No, yeah, if a young Danny Dibble comes to my jam where everyone's in a costume and they just see Hella Hung versus Flex on part 2 or part 5.
Part 5 at this point. I don't even know.
They battle all the time.
Man, Bucho Bros was a thing, man.
That was some wild shit.
I was like,
I mean, they did a head spin on like somebody's ass, I think.
On somebody's dick, dude.
Was that? Oh my god. Dude.
They did the baby coming out of the womb. And then like went back in.
Oh yeah, dude. Breakin is wild.
Yo, I want that weirdness back, man. We need that fucking like
you know what?
Strangeness.
Yeah, no, because you honestly in jams nowadays, it's like sponsored by this and that, you know, this energy drink. I don't think they're down with some.
We need Van Jam back. Remember Van Jam?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We need some wild shit. Yeah. No. I definitely feel like a lot of the sponsors won't get behind.
It's gonna scare them away.
It's like you gotta just throw it without the sponsor.
You gotta have a grassroots jam
for sure,
which is tough. And like most of the jams I've thrown, you know, I'm happy if I break even.
Yeah.
A couple when me and Jeff were running the Roco Rocks and we got it really good. Yeah. We started making a little bit of money because we were like really good about like, okay, this pays for this pays for this.
Yeah.
You know, parents pay this much and whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But like the organized ones, you know, it's kind of a labor of love. And one way I put it is if you're gonna spend money to go travel, you know, and go to like a dope event somewhere else, throwing a dope jam is like spending money to bring a dope event to your community. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like you're investing in your own community by taking some money that you could use for an international trip.
Oh, yeah.
And bringing that experience of something really dope to everyone around you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's tight. Yeah, no, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah, no, I think more grassroots events are important for the like growth of the scene. If everything ends up being the freaking Monster this, Red Bull this, and whatever, it's gonna get so corporatized.
I don't think it will. I mean, at one point I did think that.
Yeah.
Like at the height of the UDEF Silverback thing, where everything seemed to be like a UDEF jam.
Yeah.
I was scared. I was like, oh fuck, you know, because like nothing wrong with like that intrinsically, but the fact that everything was that started to feel the same. You know, no matter where, like I go to LA, I go to like Florida, I go wherever, it was like the same thing. And I'm like, I don't feel.
I'm not mad at it. Like UDEF, like I thought was dope. Like they were kind of making their own like league sort of thing, like almost like branding, sort of what like UFC did to mixed martial arts. Like they branded like what we're gonna be doing for like breaking. Right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was a dope thing. It's just what sucks was that they had so much resources, but everyone else didn't. So no one could match that same intensity on it.
Yeah.
And so it was just, they were just getting beat out. It was kind of like just massive amounts of money was able to like beat out like the small events, which I think sucks. But then they did a good thing where they would come in and kind of support that event, and it would be kind of still like a grassroots thing, but then they're giving like money to it to put the logo with it. You know, I'm sure that there was some other stipulations to make it that jam or whatever, but
Well, that's actually what Red Bull's been doing.
Oh, yeah?
They actually have been sponsoring jams kind of like, not on the low, but like kind of. Like they sponsored the last couple Cypher Addicts and they just had like a Red Bull like case and that was it. I mean, you know, like, and they've been...
Yeah, actually they've kind of always...
Yeah, so like throwing some money at it is cool. And really, there's nothing wrong with sponsorships per se.
No.
And I feel like the scene is always going to have the underground. There's always the underground because nobody can stop it. You know, a corporate sponsor who's sponsoring one jam doesn't stop somebody else fundraising and putting together their own jam.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and there's always going to be like that kind of counter movement. And, you know, and I think another thing in everything, most of the stuff out there is shit and you got to dig for the good shit. You
That's
know?
true.
So it's like that concept of digging in hip hop. Sometimes you just gotta dig for good jams. You know,
dig for the good jams.
You gotta dig for good jams.
That's a good way to put it.
On like a world, and even like on a worldwide. Like when I was like traveling, and I would like, and I was asking, like I asked Intact, I was like, "Yo, what are like your favorite jams in the world?" You know, and he gave me a list, and I hit them all.
Okay.
You know, it was like...
What was his list?
So it was like Real Deal Jam in Norway. It's thrown by Torb the Roach.
Okay.
And it's in like a skate park.
Oh, that's
like in the bowl. And there's just like hot dogs and like people like chilling and like hella graffiti going on. And these like Torb has these like giant like maybe like the size of the top of this room, like old school Jamaican wooden speakers. That are just like fucking huge. That you got from like some reggae guys.
Oh damn.
And it's just like a party. And like before that in the skate park, they have it on the boat.
Oh, that's tight.
So it's like this whole experience. And if you ever get a chance, look up the trailers for Real Deal Jam. It's hilarious. Like Torb is like a treasure in hip hop. I have to say. He's like the man, bro.
Okay.
He's the fucking man. So it was Real Deal Jam, Radical Forest Jam.
I heard that one's really dope.
That one was sick. That was my first trip to Asia.
Okay.
I went to Radical Forest, and then I went to Tokyo after, just because I was like, I have a layover. You know, to get there, you have to stop at least cheaply. You have to stop in Japan and then go Singapore back to Japan there. So when I went back to Japan, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in Tokyo for like a week and chill. Dope. And there was some dope ass stuff in there. Like there was a jam on a Wednesday, like, and it was like. You know, Mike Miscellaneous, Terrible Mike. Yeah. So he was living out there then. So he was like showing me around, and he was like, "Yo, yeah, let's go. We're gonna go to this jam." And I was like, "All right, cool." So we take this train out of Tokyo, and it's like probably the distance from like the Bay to like Vacaville or something. Like it's pretty far by train, and we end up in this kind of like suburb of Tokyo, and we like go down this alley, and we like go up this elevator. You go up like 20 floors and then go into a room and it's like a fucking jam. And it's like the checker, you know, floor, like from Radiotron on the floor. And like fucking Wing Zero is hosting. And like hella people are there. And then this Japanese like salaryman like comes, you know, with like the suit, business suit and thing. And like a suitcase comes in, walks up to DJ booth, opens it up, brings out his laptop and he starts spinning. And I was just like this. And this is on a Wednesday night. Dude. And I was like, fuck yeah, man. Dude.
Hip hop has some weirdos, dude. I love it.
So there's that. And then, so it was Real Deal Jam, Radical Force, Outbreak. I went to the last USA Outbreak and I've been to Outbreak Europe as well.
Okay.
And then I feel like Concrete Jam, well, Circle Kings. Okay. And I can't go to Circle Kings anymore because they don't throw it anymore. But I went to the Concrete Jam. And then I'm forgetting the last one. Oh.
I went to IBE and IBE was fun.
IBE is the one I have not been to.
Oh, you haven't?
That I really want to go to.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's really dope. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it's more like just a bunch of jams all kind of like in a, you know, a weekend or whatever. So you can kind of do whatever you want. And if you just want to break, you just freaking go in the cypher, or you can, they got like popping circles and stuff.
Yeah.
Rooms all over the place. Like if you don't like this DJ, you can go there and there's another DJ or whatever.
The one I forgot was Yalta Summer Jam.
Oh, I heard that one's tight too.
I've been there twice. That is like one of the, it's kind of like IBE, but what they don't tell you, it's a whole week long.
Oh, okay.
So it's like not a weekend, it's a week.
That's tight.
And like at the end of the week, there's this like giant party that like lasts until the sun comes up.
That's crazy.
And it's like, and there's like all these different like styles are there. So it's like literally like IBE, but more spread out. You know, so you get more time to breathe. Like you can hit the footwork battle today, and then maybe chill the next day, and they have like a 2-on-2. Then the day after that, parties every night. That's one jam I've been to. There's hella girls, like because it's like they got the house dancers, they got the
so it's like all sorts of styles.
And everybody's just chilling.
That's tight.
And the weather is beautiful.
It should be.
Everybody's swimming like.
Oh, that's tight.
That's
how I heard Radical Force is actually.
Radical Force is dope.
Like on a beach or whatever.
Yeah. Radical Force is quick. It's hot, dude.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like, it's on the equator. Yeah. So it's like humid and hot. But yeah, Singapore is dope.
So basically all these jams are in another country.
Outbreak wasn't.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Outbreak was Florida.
Okay.
But I mean, like, these are just examples. Take what are dope. Look at what are the dope about these jams, and then can I create that? Somewhere here.
Yeah.
And like I love the melting pot. In Hawaii.
Oh, in Hawaii. I've been wanting to go to that one.
That one is amazing.
Like, yeah.
That's shout out to Jeff, 808 Breakers, all the homies. Like that is a dope jam. Like, because for a jam, you don't want it to just be, all right, we're gonna break dance for 8 hours and I'll see you later.
Yeah, that's so boring.
It has to be like an experience, and not just an experience. Like, how do I put this? It has to be the most important thing about a jam is everything that's not breaking.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially
because the breaking is gonna be there, right? And it's gonna be dope if you got dope people there.
And you could break anywhere, dude.
And you can, you can break.
You could go outside and break in the street.
Yeah, we're throwing a jam in the sand. Let's go in the dirt, in the gravel. Let's go. People will break. Scar will show up.
Yo, Scar's gonna show up, do like a million head spins
on the gravel.
Like
you have rocks stuck in his head.
Just come up
and like, win the jam.
I got it. Like,
But yeah, I mean, like people will show up and make the breaking tight. But yeah, if it's like, just some whack bullshit where there's no food around or whatever, just the atmosphere sucks, like the DJ's whack, like it's that hard, kind of stuff just breaks the jam, I think. I mean, just think about what people want on a vacation. What do people want to do on a vacation? Because like for me, the ultimate for any jam I throw is I want people from out of town to come. Yeah, okay.
Because like there's local jams, but also like if you throw a good enough jam, you want word to spread. Even if you do it like once a year or once every other year. Yeah. And you want people to start thinking, oh, that's like, because that's how all these big jams started. They didn't start like as the biggest event ever.
Yeah.
Even IBE, the start of IBE was like a club night.
I think so, yeah.
It was Rock Force versus the Family after like a battle of the year in a club. And then Tyrone was there and be like, I should do this every year.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, so let me bring out.
I think he teamed up with like a rock festival, right?
Yeah.
And then he got like funding through that, and then it just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
So that's the thing. Like anybody could create one of these dope jams. It just takes consistency and building it up small. Start small, build it bigger.
We're doing the costume jam. Let's go.
Yo, on a Wednesday in April.
Hell yeah. Costumes only and
costumes only.
Yeah. And
$5 for costume, $0 if you just have your underwear. Lingerie jam.
Lingerie jam. Oh, that's
remember lingerie nights at clubs?
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know. Does that happen anymore?
What were they thinking?
It would be crazy because it would be like.
Remember the foam night?
Those are old, dude. It would be like in the middle of winter too, like in San Francisco. It's like freaking windy as shit, and you're like, what are you thinking? Like you're just so like naked gnarly on the street, on the dirty street, like
the gnarliest.
I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. I guess.
I mean,
I'm.
Noise of the broke boys talking about naked people.
Dude, this episode has literally been just naked people most of the time.
You're just gonna make that the title? Just naked people.
Naked people that's the title. Naked people.
Oh man.
Naked Breakin.
Shit.
Well, dope, dude. We're hitting. I don't know what. What are we hitting, dude? Hour 7. Okay. Well, so yeah, we got a little bit extra time. I know you just got in with the GS Breakers. Is there anything of note about that? Because I used to be on the GS Breakers.
I don't really know. We haven't really had any meetings or anything yet.
The season hasn't started right yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always like doing those games because it's kind of my time to like try out some new shit and see. Like it's less pressure. I see if it's a new move like get some good crowd response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I feel way more pressure in a competition. So like performing is comparatively easy because I'm like, there's nobody who's gonna judge me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
People will clap or they won't, but there's nobody who's just like.
But it feels good because there's like people obviously looking at you, so there is some sort of pressure on you to like perform well.
Sure.
But like it's not in the like the realm of like a battle where you're like, oh man, I gotta freaking beat this person. So there's less stress. So it's kind of like the in-between phase for me, I think, like between like battling and just practicing. It's just let's throw some moves, see what the heck happens. If this is good, I can like adjust it as necessary. Yeah. And then just performing in huge crowds like that is like just, I don't know, you can't describe it. I mean, like there's no jam that's as big as a freaking Warriors game. It's crazy. It really
hopefully it is with COVID. I'm worried.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Actually,
see how it goes.
Yeah.
COVID, man.
Hopefully.
COVID was crazy, bro. I mean, it's still crazy.
It's still, yeah. I mean, dude, there's all these crazy variants and shit. I don't know, man, dude. They're saying like the vaccine is fucking like not gonna work soon. Also,
like I've been like every jam I hear about like, hey guys, I got COVID. Everybody get tested.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, that's crazy.
It is. Yeah. I mean, fucking. It's. I don't think it's going.
Because there was that short period of time when like Delta was out there, but we didn't really know. But everybody was like super confident because they're all vaccinated. We're like, I'm vaccinated. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And then the
so
Delta
it's like
was in
things
there,
are opening,
like
and then they're like, oh no, there's this other one, and it's like, and then people that were vaccinated started getting like catching the shit too, right?
Yeah.
And so then it's like, oh man, is this never gonna stop, or like there's gonna be fucking like a booster thing to? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand.
I think it would be a booster. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I thought it was the end of the world, but it's not.
When it first came through, so when it first came through, so my wife, she's a nurse, and so she was working in the COVID department, so she caught it, and this was in April of 2020. So this was literally when they didn't know anything. There wasn't a vaccine. Like there was videos of people in China like dropping on the ground, like freaking dead and shit. And we were like, oh, it's the end of the world. And then she caught it, and I was like, oh, you're gonna die, and now I'm gonna die too. We're all gonna die, dude. Shit. And so like, anyway, she caught it, and I caught it, and we were just quarantined. This was when I was living in LA, so we just were like quarantined for like, a month.
A whole month?
Yeah. Because she kind of got sick. I didn't really get sick. Like the most I had was like a headache. So I guess I just got through it pretty good. And then, to be honest, actually, my reaction to it when I got it was not that bad. When I got the vaccine, actually, I got sick from that. So
I got knocked out for a day or two.
Yeah, that shit did not feel good. But yeah. Anyways, like the fucking so like. It was like kind of a nightmare when that first happened. And then we got through it and we're like, okay, maybe this is not like, if you're staying healthy, like maybe it's not that bad. Just don't like fucking cough on your grandma and shit,
Shit. Yeah. You shouldn't be doing that regardless, but
that's true. Yeah.
Hey grandma.
Guess what I brought you?
Man, I think I got it. I'm not sure, but I was traveling. I was like in Argentina, came back, like in February. Like right around like the Make History Jam that Gideon threw. And I really wanted to go to the jam, but I was super sick. I was like trying to like go. I was trying to get my clothes on. I'm like, fuck, I can't go. And I'm really glad I didn't.
Yeah,
because I probably had it.
You took the whole scene out.
I would have. I almost did.
You're like, I'm gonna battle.
I hold your face in my hands.
Just coughing on everybody.
Dude,
everyone
nuts, man.
Local B-boy coughs on everybody at jam, takes out the entire scene. Jeez. The entire Bay Area scene. No
problem. It was like the jam that was like all about black B-boys too.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be like
racial crime.
Racial hate crime.
Local white B-boy does racial crime against entire black b-boy scene in the Bay Area.
Goes to the jam that's most celebrated black b-boys and brings
God,
COVID
dude.
with him.
Holy shit, dude. You'd be the news article, dude.
Oh, man. I go down as like a...
genocide.
Yeah, it's an atrocity.
Black b-boy scene genocide. That's what you would have been.
Fuck. I mean, yay! I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't.
Not fuck. I mean, like,
fuck. I had
fuck
that
at the idea of that. You know.
Yeah. Sounds like there's some things we gotta cut in this.
So cancel me. It's okay. Cancel me. Yeah.
Cancel me.
Oh man.
Okay, dude. Well, so let's close the show out. Do you have any like other creative hobbies that you're really into?
I mean, I really love like collecting records.
Yeah. Okay.
I collect Breakin videos, like VHS tapes and DVDs, because I started Breakin 2005, so that was the beginning of like the Style to Alf to YouTube era.
That was some wild times.
But I never really got exposed to VHS tapes. Like besides like Miles gave me like a Battle of the Year 2001 or something. Yeah. And I watched a ton out of that, and then he gave me like a the Storm tape, the Footwork Fundamentals. And
that one's pretty good.
That was like where we got a lot of our footwork from. And oh man, Japan Freestyle Session 2003 was like my favorite. That's the best, one of the best DVDs.
Is that like, the one where there's these two dudes that do a show and they just fall off the stage?
No.
Okay, I remember there's a freestyle session in Japan, and it was like hella funny that there's these people, because they obviously had like the good crews that did some dope shows, and then they had they showed all the crews that didn't make it, and it was like some funny shows. Like it was just two dudes, and like I feel like one of the dudes actually got kind of naked and then fell off the stage.
Why are we still,
dude? Japan.
Bro,
just getting naked, dude. But yeah, no, that video I remember seeing just some wild shows, and I was laughing my ass off at them.
Bro, you know the craziest thing? This is just like something totally different. Have you seen the video of Flea Rock reacting to his own round? Like,
nuh-uh.
Bro, so he watches one of his own rounds from like 20 years ago. And he's like, wham, boom, 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 bam, hold you damn, shing, boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, son.
That's tight.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's what the world needed to heal.
I need to see that.
I was like, oh my God, son, I'm so dope.
That's tight.
Hey, Flea Rock's one of the greatest, but the sound effects are
the sound effects on the footage. That's
man. Anyways, I don't know. I like reading and stuff. Audiobooks, I read a ton.
Okay.
Always listening to that. Fiction, nonfiction, fantasy, sci-fi. I don't play video games because I have like video game addiction.
It's
like
easy
wait, I'll stop breaking.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
video
bad.
games are made to be addictive.
Yeah, no, that's literally.
They literally are. It's like the same mechanism that gambling has, like slot machines and shit. I'm
like super susceptible to that, so I try to sub in like reading and different stuff, and
that's good.
I'll get down on chess, but
chess.
Yeah, those are kind of my hobbies, I guess.
Suck at chess.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on like how recently I've been playing.
Okay.
You know, if I'm like really into it, then I like start to learn the meta game and like.
Are you gonna be one of those OGs that are in the like park, like just smashing
never.
People at chess?
You know, a lot of those guys are like hustlers. You know, they'll like lose one game and then they'll like take all your money.
Yeah, because they're hella good.
They're hella good. That's their job. That's what they do.
That's their job.
They like literally like hustle people out of some money.
Yeah. So that's not gonna be you. You're not. You're not on that level.
Nah, man. I just want to break until I'm like 50 or 60, man.
I have a goal to be able to, like, when I'm 60, is be able to just backspin. Just hella dope backspin. Just walk up.
Why not windmills, though?
Well, yeah, that'd be great,
right?
too.
You just need your legs to stay.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Shoot for the stars, Kurt.
Shoot for the stars. Just a whole freaking power set. Let's go.
I mean, windmills is like a very age happy move, I feel like.
I always thought it'd be funny as like a 60-year-old to be like, oh, my hip, and just pretend to fall on the ground and then just whip like a fast-ass backspin and be like, haha, got you, bitches.
Yo, you remember
Grandpa, Grandpa fell down. He's dying.
Do you remember Mars?
Yeah.
he used to have this.
Dude,
thing
he's
where
like
he would be
one of my fucking favorite b-boys, to be honest.
Yo,
That
he
dude
was
is
around.
wild.
He was an urban Apache, so
Yeah,
he
he's
was
a
like
wild
I was
dude.
all around him. He's shout out to Mars. He would like be like walking across the street and like pretend to fall and then do some breaking.
Dude, that was his style. That's why I liked him, because when he would just step in a circle.
No, but he would literally do that. Like, I'm not saying that as a metaphor. Like, that's he literally in the middle of the street.
in the middle of the street. Just,
Like, not once. You did that a couple times. He still does it. We was hanging out with him in Hawaii for Marty McFly's bachelor party. We were
Okay.
just like, you been walking around the street like, what? Yeah, dick.
yeah, no, that dude is tight. Yeah, he has that just kind of free mentality. I'm gonna just go in the circle, see what happens, and fucking just pretend to fall, and then something dope happens.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no,
That's kind of breaking. You know, if you really boil it down. Pretend. To fall,
that's
something dope
character.
happens.
That's character.
It's life, man.
It's life. So, any last remarks? Where can people find you?
Instagram's best way. It's Dibs, D_I_B_S. So that's where I put most of my things. I don't know. I'm not super active right now, but like on social media and whatnot.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. Renegades 39th anniversary, fall of next year. Shooting to be around freestyle session, either before or after.
In the San Francisco area?
Yeah, San Francisco, maybe Oakland,
Okay.
somewhere around there. Catch me in the ciphers. Catch that smoke. Let's go.
Cash me outside.
Catch me in a cipher. How about that?
And bring your clothes, no nakedness.
Yeah.
All right?
Keep it on. It's a family show.
All right, dope, dude. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yo, thank you for
All right,
having me.
thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry this show sucks. Peace.
Yeah.